focus builds value and value attracts everything. If you focus on anything which is your field, it can be coding, it can be music, it can be business, it can be any skill for that matter which is close to your heart. In my case, it was music. So if you chase something which you are good at, then automatically you're focusing on building your value. And when you have value by chasing excellence in your craft, automatically you have that energy to attract other people. You're getting what I'm trying to say? Because what I had seen during that period of 17 to 22, 21, I was so focused in my purpose that I would put in my everything in only my purpose, which was to become awesome in my guitars, in my guitar playing abilities, in my guitar teaching abilities, in my business abilities, because I was also running a guitar academy, which soon turned out to be the largest chain of music academies in India. When I was 27, I started my guitar factory as well. But that time I did not have a factory. That time I used to sell guitars, but I used to procure it from a wholesaler. But after 27, at 27, I started my own factory and I did not have to depend on any wholesaler after that. So during that time, when I would chase excellence in my craft, which was guitars, excellence in business, which is working on my academy, I was unknowingly creating an aura of power around me. And every girl or every person for that matter loves that power, which a person, see, mind you, that power everybody does not get. That power and that aura, only such people get who are busy in chasing their goals, who are busy in chasing their purpose, who are busy in honing their skills. You're getting the connection. A man without purpose will not have that aura. So what happens? Suppose during that period, if you don't chase girls, if you chase your purpose in life, then automatically you're building one aura which comes from chasing. You're aware of that aura which I'm talking about. Suppose you are a guy who doesn't give a damn to the world, who is just focused, who has razor sharp focus only towards his goals. Then you can imagine the kind of energy which you are having, and that energy will attract and pull people towards you. I'm saying all this because I personally experienced all of these things happening to me. Because earlier nobody would look at me, but when I started focusing on my goals, I would work very hard. Though I was not partying with them, though I was not dating anybody, though I would, even if some ladies would approach me, some classmates or somebody, I would politely decline. But still I was having that strong attraction towards people. People were like attracted towards me like mad. And that's precisely the reason why when I became successful at age 21, I went on my path to becoming the almost towards the way to becoming the number one playboy of India. Almost, because I'm not aware of anybody who is ahead of me. Because as I said, I have broken Sanjay Dutt's record 10 years before. In the movie Sanju, he had given one amount, one figure, right? I had broken that 10 years before. So I don't think there is anybody who has broken my record as well. I don't think. But that's not the idea. What I'm trying to say is, since I had razor sharp vision that time that I have to work on my goal, only due to that I built that aura, right? And since I got that aura, and when I became successful, and when I allowed myself now to indulge in all these, chicks started coming to me directly. And that's the biggest reason, coupled with music, coupled with me being a successful businessman, me being a rich businessman who also happens to be a rock star. I was an entire package. So if I don't become a playboy, who else will? And that time I had one broke up also from my first relationship, which I had told you. So as you can see, everything I started after 21. After 21, I got into drinking as well. I started smoking also. I started womanizing also. Everything I did after 21, but not when I was in college, and not at all when I was during my formative years of my life. So you get the picture. The picture is loud and clear. If you chase your purpose and goals, you you set an aura with that energy around you, and that energy will get you all the good things in the future, is what I mean to say. What I mean to say, during that formative years, if you're just wasting off that crucial time in chasing girls and approval of girls, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Because when you actually step out in the world, when you're 21, 22, 23, That is when you need that aura. But that time you won't have anything because you haven't done anything worthwhile in your life, because you were busy chasing the approval of that girl. You were busy chasing that girl. So you did not get any time to work on yourself. And now when you have actually stepped into the real world at age 20 to 23, you don't have anything. You now passed out of your college, your education is almost over. Now you started doing, I mean, you are clueless. You don't have any aura, you don't have any expertise, you don't have any skills. You have to just settle for a settle in apostrophe. You just have to settle for whatever job opportunity you get. That's it. You lead a very mediocre life after that. You're getting my picture. High value men stay focused on their mission. Money, girls, success, everything just follows them. Because throughout my life, I never had to chase money, girls, nothing. You guys are aware of that. Even now, though I'm doing semen retention since the past 2.5 years, still I have no shortage of female interest. I am the one who is leading the semen retention movement, you can say. People are aware, women are also aware that he's now celibate, he's leading a life of celibacy. Women are aware, but still they are trying their luck. They are not stopping. So why is that possible? Because I never had to chase any woman in my life. Throughout my life, I never had to chase or run after any girl. I always had ample options. Always. I never had the scarcity mindset which 90% of all Indian males have. They think, what if she goes away? What if she leaves me? Then again I will become alone. So it's better to stay in that relationship and suffer humiliation rather than staying alone. That is the mistake which they make, which I never made. I always had abundant mindset that if she goes, I will get one more. If one goes, I will get five more. If five goes, I'll get 10 more. I always had that attitude. So the idea is, a man of value, a high value man will always chase purpose. They will not chase anything else.